hatch. At the touch of the blood, flying through hyperspace in a computer interface. Yeah, I got it.
Oh, sorry. This song's kind of badass. That music sucks. This bomb.
Stop. I see your glittering blue eyes. You look at me with a smile.
Zeus.
It's a computer fantasy. It is waiting for you and me. Traveling in a light beam. Laser rays and purple skies. In a computer fairyland. It is a dream you bring to life. Is this reality? Living on video.
Okay, so I had a good, funny experience when I took a nap from 2 p.m. From 11:30 a.m. to about 2 p.m. because I got my sleep screwed up because I had to drop off the cats to get neutered. Then I had to go pick them back up. So I tried to go to bed about 2 a.m. and then slept till about 6. But I slept like shit because that wasn't the normal time or whatever that I wanted to go to bed or whatever. So then I got them to the bed at 7:30 basically, and then when I got back home, I was gonna try to stay up all day, but I got really tired at 11 a.m. So it was probably closer to 11:30 when I conked out. Or by the time I actually went to bed and conked out. And little Simby, he slept with me too the whole time. Up in that third bedroom by my head. I try to push back up against the wall as far as possible. And then he sleeps right there on the head. Or by my head. It's a twin bed. My grandma's bed when she died or whatever. But, so then I slept. Well, I was going to try to sleep later, but I slept perfectly from 11:30 to 2 p.m. I set my alarm for like 3:20, but I was ready to get up at 2 p.m. So, yeah, so then I had this funny experience between that time, 11:30 to 2 p.m., probably closer to like 1:30 p.m. And yeah, it was weird. I don't know where Joel gets his idea from. It was weird. Because the aliens give me all these experiences. Mainly him. Whoops. So President Trump wasn't going to be the president anymore. It was going to be Zeus. Z-E-U-S, Zeus. And here's Zeus. So I looked it up on the AI robot. What does Zeus mean? And it's supposed to be some kind of supreme god or something like that. Okay, so President Trump wasn't going to be president anymore. Zeus was going to take his place to be president. And I can't remember where I was at exactly. When I think I was at my mom's house just sitting around. I can't remember exactly. But anyways, but I remember my mom, standing around, my brother, my dad, I think my uncle, maybe a couple other people, about 5 or 6 people, like family members, yeah. So Zeus was going to be president, not President Trump. And in my head, I'm thinking, this is all under altered state of consciousness. And then, in the altered state of consciousness, in my head, I'm thinking, how can he stop being president? He's only been president like 6 months. And I was just kind of like, how can this be? That's weird. How can this be? How can this be? And then, but because I had these thoughts of like, doesn't the president have to die first or something like that? Or, for the next president to come in. So I knew it was just kind of strange and weird that Zeus was going to be president. And, so anyway, I looked it up on the AI robot and it said he was like a supreme god or something like that. But anyway, so then, now at one point I was at my mom's house, but when this information was given to me, like I said, I think I was at my mom's roaming around, like, I don't know, it was either living room or family room, or I did go into the kitchen. I'll tell you about that in a second, but, so, I was just thinking how that's weird, and I couldn't understand how Zeus could just come in and be president. President named Zeus. And, so my mom, it seemed like my mom and either my uncle or my dad was like saying, okay, you need to hurry up and sell your mugs, your President Trump mugs, because they just went up to $450 a piece. Because he's not president any longer, so the value of the mugs went way up. I don't, Joe, that's just weird. I think Joe got all this information because I listed some stuff on eBay, but where he gets the idea of Zeus, and I've never owned a President Trump mug. But anyway, so anyway, it seemed like I had 4 or 5, and I guess I had 4 or 5 President Trump mugs, apparently, and because he was no longer going to be president, like my mom or like my brother or my uncle, they were saying, hurry up and sell them because they just went up in price, like to $450 a piece. And they only became valuable because he's not president. He wasn't going to be president any longer. So I was like, oh, okay. And then I was already at my mom's house. I was at my mom's house at this point. And it's like I was living there and I was looking for my mugs and I couldn't find the mugs. And I was thinking in my head, but I didn't confront my mom, but I was thinking she probably stole them, blah, 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 because they were worth like $450 a piece. And then, so I was in the kitchen and in her kitchen. I always have scenarios that I'm still, living at that house. And so I went into the kitchen and I looked up in the cabinets and I still saw the old mugs in immaculate condition. That we used to have, or that I used to have 50 years ago or whatever. And I noticed that they were still in the cabinet, the Mickey Mouse mugs. And we also have like some RC mugs with, RC. I think it's Coca-Cola or root beer or something like that. It's like a soda pop. And they probably are worth some money. I think my mom still has them. But it was, when I looked in the cabinets, I saw the immaculate old Mickey Mouse mugs, you know, that we used to have, kind of some of them, yeah, they're probably about this tall in my scenario, except the it wasn't clear. It was like a color, like red, and then immaculate, you know, decal. And so I saw those in the cabinet, similar to this. But I'm like, where's my President Trump mugs? And then the only thing I remember after that is I was at this cool apartment complex, walking along outside of it for whatever reason. This strange apartment complex, and then yeah, and then that's all. Yeah, there could have been some. That could have went on into another scenario that I don't remember, but but yeah, I mean, it was pretty vivid. You know, all of this part was vivid, and like I say, I remember the apartment complex situation, but that may have been another day. Because sometimes I'll be talking about experience, and these old experiences that I've had even from years ago try to seep through. It's weird. But yeah, it was a weird experience. And then, because I was just thinking how weird, like, how can President Trump not still be president and Zeus, this man named Zeus, be president? Because I knew Trump wasn't dead or anything, I just couldn't understand how he could just take his place. Okay, so maybe the next president, his name will be Zeus. I think it's a mythology type of thing, but, well, it's really not mythology. I mean, it probably, you know, exists in another dimension or whatever, Zeus or whatever. But anyway, yeah, that was my weird little experience I had today, September 16th, you know, when I laid down to take a nap or whatever. Thanks for listening.